Hi everyone, it's Rose and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be my May reading wrap up, so I'm going to take you through all the books I read this month and let you know a little bit about what I thought, my rating, keeping it spoiler free of course. Now, I read a lot of books this month. I read 28 books, which is 9,389 pages. I had 3 5-stars and then a reread, which was also a 5-star, which is crazy good for me considering how before May, I'm pretty sure I only had like 3 5-stars in the rest of the year. So it's been a great month. Some 1-stars, some DNFs, a lot of arcs on my backlist that I got read, and a lot of physical books off my TBR read too. So without further ado, let's talk through all these books. I'm going to try and go in the order that I've read them. First book I finished in May was The Spare Room by Laura Starkey, which was a NetGalley arc, which is now out now, and I rated it 3 stars. I remember nothing about this book, I'm not going to lie to you, gonna have to check my review. The reason I didn't love it was because I never like when the main girl or guy starts off in a long-term relationship, because it always kind of feels like no matter how much time passes, the main love interest is gonna feel a bit like a rebound, and I feel like he kind of felt like a rebound in this one. But I liked all the tropes. It had forced proximity, roommates, slow burn, a little fake dating, and friends to lovers, and it had plus size representation. Get why I rated 3 stars, especially because now I couldn't remember anything without checking back on my review, but there are a lot of things I liked, clearly. Then I read The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston and rated it 4 stars. I loved this book so much. It was so magical. It was just, I love Ashley Poston's writing. It is so unique. It was gut-wrenching at times. It was everything you need in a magical realism romance. I loved the couple together and apart. Just thinking about this, oh my goodness, I definitely recommend this book. It was amazing. Then with all the good comes the bad. I had my first DNF of the month. It's called X in the City by Portia McIntosh, and I DNF'd it. I could not force myself to finish it. I have a full review up on Goodreads, as this was a NetGalley arc again. Friends to lovers to strangers to lovers, one of us is famous trope. She's married, but her marriage is failing when this guy comes back into her life. But I just ended up feeling really bad for the kids in the situation, because the guy did something bad, okay? She was still living with him and he thought that they were going to work on their marriage. Meanwhile, she's checked out but hasn't really told him, and is like sitting at the dinner table clearly flirting with this guy that she's had a relationship with before, and her husband's just sitting there with the kids, like. And I just felt bad for the kids. I couldn't carry on. I had to DNF it, honestly. Then I read 3 thrillers in a row, which were all NetGalley arcs that I'm pretty sure are all out now. I was trying to get through my backlog, and all of these were read in a reading vlog. Not going to go into too much, but the first one was The Secrets We Keep by Sally Royer-Durr. I rated this 3.5 stars. It gave me Shari Lapena vibes, which is like small town thriller, where it's like domestic gossip drama, all like the rich mums gossiping with each other. I really like small town thrillers, because you get so many different, like, everyone knows everything, it feels, and I really like this one. I read The Babysitter by Emma Curtis, and I rated that one 3 stars. It was a hard read. I would honestly check content warnings for all of these, but I especially remember this one being dark and twisted. I hated the man in this book. I read The Perfect Parents by J.A. Baker and rated that one 3 stars as well. I was having quite a few average reads in a row. It was a bit slow and I predicted the plot twists, but it was still a good thriller. Then I thought I would try a romance, and I picked up Not in the Plan by Donna Hawkins and rated it 3 stars. This is a lesbian romance. I really liked the couple. The reason it was 3 stars was because it felt like it's going to be very dated in a few years. There was a lot of like slang and current pop culture references, and it was just a bit cringy in that way. But I did really like the couple, so it got a 3 star. Now we're finally back to some physical reads. I picked up The Crimson Moth by Kristen Cicerelli, and I ended up rating this 3 stars. The first half was so promising. I loved it so much. The premise of her being like an undercover assassin and him trying to hunt down the assassin, not knowing it's the woman he's in an arranged marriage to. Sounds great, right? second half, it just fell so flat for me. I don't know what happened. I don't even remember the ending of this one, and it's supposed to end on like a cliffhanger, but clearly it wasn't that much of a cliffhanger, or it wasn't interesting enough if I don't remember it, you know? So this ended up disappointing me, but it is beautiful, so 3 stars. I read 2 books by Gillian Flynn and found out this is not the author for me, but that's fine. The first one was Sharp Objects. I rated this 2 stars. I remember hating it, it being so slow. I didn't like a lot of the writing style. I didn't like the plot twists. It wasn't nearly as shocking as I thought it was going to be. Read Dark Places by Gillian Flynn and rated it 3 stars. I like this one a lot more. Libby is the only survivor of a family massacre, and her brother was and is currently in jail for the murders. And she gets recruited by this kind of like internet true crime solving cult that believe he's innocent. And she goes into it because she needs money, and they're like, we're gonna pay you to do interviews if you have any photos from your childhood or letters or any keepsakes, we'll buy them off you. So she just goes into it thinking, I need some money, might as well, and she gets sucked into it, and it is so twisty and turny, and I like this one a lot more. I rated 3 stars because I still didn't like the writing style. Then I found a 5-star, guys. It really picked up because I was having a lot of average reads and I was kind of losing hope. Then I found a 5-star. Lisa Jewell did not disappoint. I read None of This Is True and rated it 5 stars. This is so good. I listened to it in audio and it is a full cast. You have like police transcripts and you can hear in the background like the background noise when there's interviews in a cafe, and like when people whisper, they whisper in the audio. And every voice actor, there are so many, and all the characters have different voice actors, even if it's just such little roles. They all sound different and unique, and it really felt like I was listening to, I don't know, a documentary, a movie. Like, it was so good. Couldn't recommend it enough. Back to some 2-star reads. I read The Love Interest by Victoria Walters. This was another NetGalley arc. What I am learning from catching up on my NetGalley arcs is that I need to stop mass requesting, because I end up being disappointed a lot of the time because I don't think it through before I press request. I listened to Not My Baby by Anya Mora, which was 120 pages, so it was a novella. This was in the Libra FM Influencers program, so thank you to Libra FM. Unfortunately, I didn't like this book. There was way too much gaslighting. I didn't like anyone at any point in the book. I didn't like the ending, and it was full of plot holes, so another disappointing read. Decided to pick up a couple of Kindle Unlimited thrillers, both by K.L. Slater. The first one was Husband and Wife, which I rated 3 stars. I don't know what to tell you about this one because I don't remember much, but I remember really enjoying it. I think there were quite a few plot twists, and I liked it enough that I picked up another book by K.L. Slater. I really like her writing style. Then I picked up The Girlfriend. This one was messed up. Oh, please check content warnings. There's 3 stars as well. That was a ride. We're back to a 5-star read, guys. I read Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This is the first book I read in my 5-star anticipations reading vlog. That is coming out soon. I rate this 5 stars, spoiler alert. Absolutely adored it. So good. It is not going to be for everyone, but it was for me. I adore Ali Hazelwood, and this book was no different. It was very different, but no different in how much I loved it. We have The Perfect Husband by Georgia Cross. Another NetGalley book. Another 2-star read. For a thriller, this was so boring and slow paced, and the writing style was drawn out and flowy, and it's just not what a thriller needs. I didn't like any of the characters. I was not interested in knowing what happened, and I could have guessed it from 20% in. Didn't like this one. I read How to Kiss Your Best Friend by Jenny Proctor. This is one of the books that's been on my NetGalley list for years, and I've tried to read it multiple times. I've never got past like the 20% mark. This time I made it to 40%. I just couldn't. It was way too uncomfortable. I was getting secondhand embarrassment. I felt like the girl was being blamed by the guy's family because they were friends their whole life, and like when he told her he liked her, she was like, we've been friends, I only like you as a friend, we've been friends this whole time, like I'm sorry if I came across as giving you the wrong, like, I don't know, I've never felt that way about you. And then like all his family are like years later trying to make him feel bad and like pressure her to settle down with him, and it's like, she doesn't have to love him, you know? And I picked up I Tell You I Love You But Then I'd Have to Kill You by Ali Carter. This is the first book in the Gallagher Girls series. This is on the younger side of young adult. It's about a spy school, but I had such a fun time with this. I would have loved this series so much when I was younger, but hey, I'm reading it now and my inner child is loving it just as much. I rated this 4 stars. I definitely recommend this and I cannot wait to see where the series goes. Back with another 5-star, which I read in my 5-star predictions. I was on a good guess for those. Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Oh my god, my heart, this couple, the guy, the little family, the found family. I adored this book so much. It made me so emotional. I'm not really going to tell you anything because I spent a lot of time reacting to it in the vlog that's coming out soon. I will say check your content warnings, but this book is so worth it. You will love the people, you will understand them, you will love them separately and just want them to be together so badly, and you will love them even more when they are together. This was so good and so funny. It had me laughing out loud. Then we have 2 rereads. I am finally wanting to finish the Zodiac Academy series. Now it's out. I've read up to book 4 before and I am gonna read like at least 1 book a month till I'm caught up till then, and then like carry on and finish it now that it's finished and I know I'm not gonna be left on cliffhangers. So we just have the novella Origins of an Academy Bully, which is set before these, but I've heard you should read this, like don't read it first because it spoils stuff, but I didn't know that, so I'd already read it. I rated 4 stars because it's just a little very short novella. Then I reread The Awakening, the first book, and of course rated 5 stars. I adore this book. I adore this series and I cannot wait to see what happens when I get to the books I haven't read yet. This is another book I read in the 5-star predictions, Sing Me to Sleep by Gabby Burton. Unfortunately, this was only 3 stars, and again, I go into a lot more detail in there, but I will say I loved the female main character. I loved everything about the fantasy aspect of this book. If this was a fantasy book, it would have been 4 stars at least. This is a fantasy romance. I hated the romance. I felt like the main guy was just there for comedic relief and he was supposed to be like the funny, awkward friend. But like, they weren't friends. They got together in the end. The romance didn't even happen or even really start till like 70% in, and I was like, oh, I'm loving this, and then it started and it went downhill when I rated 3 stars. It's the last book I read in that prediction video. Everyone Here Is Lying by Shari Lapena. I rated this 4 stars. This was such a good thriller. I am now on a Shari Lapena binge for the beginning of June. I adore this writing, the plot twists, the small town murder mysteries, how many different people's heads you're inside, and how many different, you get this house's drama and this house's secret and these 2 other houses that are connected by the same secret, but you don't know what the secret is. Ugh, I love it. 4 stars. Then I read 3 books for a video which is not out, so this is more spoilers, guys, but I'm really ahead with filming at the moment. I read the 3 lowest rated books on my TBR. The first one there was The Family Fortuna by Lindsay Eager, and this is my new record of how quick I've DNF'd a book. 12 pages in to be precise. Unfortunately, this was sent to me by Walker Books, so I am sorry, Walker Books. I made a whole video on TikTok explaining why I didn't like this book. Those 12 pages, if that, the amount of comments this man was making about like his child daughters looking like prostitutes and being worth prostitutes and putting them in like whorehouses, which was what they were called, and sexualizing them, it made me feel sick and I had to throw the book across the room and be done with it. And I read A Fragile Enchantment by Alison Saft, and I rated this one 3 stars. This cover is absolutely stunning. This is a Fairyloot edition. This book gave all the Bridgerton vibes, the royal scandal, the like hidden newspaper writer that exposes all the secrets but you don't know who it is. But nothing really happened, which was why it was a 3 stars. Though I don't want to say it was low stakes because there were some stakes, but it felt so detached from that like I felt like it was really slow, and I rated it 3 stars. It was a good book. It just wasn't what I expected, honestly. I read Bunny by Mona Wood, and I rated this 3 stars too. The first half of this book I thought was going to be at least a 4 star. I was really liking it, but the further we got into it, the more confusing it got, and I get that's the point, but I don't like to be confused. I don't like it when it's left up for interpretation, because I need to be told what the right answer is. And I don't know, the ending was very lackluster, so it was 3 stars. I liked the first half a lot more. It ended with another Shia LaPeena book, The End of Her. I literally just finished this book. I don't know what my rating is yet. It's probably going to be 4 stars. I don't want to tell you anything about the Shia LaPeena books. This is one of her older books, and I definitely can see how her writing has improved. But I still love the story nonetheless. I definitely recommend Shia LaPeena if you're looking for crazy thrillers. And we're finally at the end. Oh my god, this recording is long. Sorry guys. Those are the 28 books I read in May. We had a lot of, so many 2 stars, so many DNFs. I made it a goal this year to start DNFing books, and I have stuck to that goal. As you can see, we're getting more DNFs every month. But that means I find more good books because I have more time. We found 3 5-star reads this month, which is absolutely amazing. That's everything for this video. Let me know, what was your favourite book that you read in May? What's on your June TBR? What was your least favourite book you read this month? Because I don't want to be the only one that was disappointed. We can be disappointed together. Let's see more from me. Please be sure to like and subscribe as I post new videos every single week. And as you can probably tell from all the times I've mentioned it, I have a lot of exciting vlogs coming very soon. I just need to get them edited and up. So look out for them. If you want to put notifications on to see when I upload them, do that. I've never asked you guys to do that before, but you should. I'm going to stop talking now. That's all from me. I will see you in another video, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!